Oh boy, the captain is back.
The captain is back against John Nash here. Should be a fun set. We'll see what happens here between these guys. Um, Lots of history between you two, huh?
I mean, we played in the semifinals of the 1500 bracket. It was a good set,
Yeah.
but I did take it.
Indeed. But we'll load up the Civ draft here for you guys as well. Maps. Here we are, and I'm going to double check these maps. But while we're waiting for that, John Nash will have the Magyars, Teutons, Celts, Berbers available for himself. And then we have the captain who will have Turks, Slavs, Goths, and Franks available. And actually, maps are not correct. This is the set that didn't have maps. Ignore the maps, guys. I'm not sure what the maps are. We'll get rid of those.
Cool, yeah. I'm assuming that Arena is Captain Thomas's home map. No other map in the pool justifies Turks as a first pick.
Yeah. A few people have not properly. Very unfortunate. Kind of takes away from what we do thing, but we'll get that straightened away here for the next round. Already messaged a few people individually. Not gonna call anybody out, but we'll move on. Move on.
Yep, overall the players have been pretty good, just not literally 100% perfect with uploading all the relevant details.
Yep, which is understandable. It is going to be something that. But we're gonna dive in. Game number one, guys. Popping it up here on the screen. And here we are. Welcome. Franks for Captain Thomas against Magyars here for John Nash. Game number one here between round of 64, best of three, Banano Open Classic. Jabari, who do you favor?
Based purely on Civ selection, I guess Franks are kind of the higher percentage pick. Um, but it's very close, man. Magyars probably have a better feudal age. On this particular version of Arabia, though, feudal damage seems harder to come by. So I guess I prefer Franks, but they're quite similar, man. I can't call this. It comes down to player skill much more than Civs here.
Yeah, it's gonna be very odd. Very odd. Lots of scouts. I think I would still favor Franks as well, just simply because of the better economic situation for them. Magyars really don't get an economic bonus. I mean, killing like wolves and stuff, I guess, like the closest thing they have with one hit. But
They get discounted scouts, which if you're going for scouts or like cav, is a pretty proper economic bonus.
true. And I mean, we could see some kind of double stable play. We haven't seen that yet in the tournament at all as a whole, except for one time. Yo-Yo Dude did it against Sox on.
Double stable feudal,
Yep.
yeah, that's not too commonly recommended. Be interesting to see, but I just think at the end of the day, getting your like second and maybe fourth scouts out faster doesn't tend to be worth what you have to sacrifice to get that going.
I agree, and it's an interesting one, but it could catch someone off guard, maybe favoring that. We'll see how the players go out this year. Builds are going to be fairly similar. I assume we're going to see some sort of 20 pop scout build from both, but ores coming in and yeah, fine and dandy. The map for Captain here is very good in my opinion. Obviously, his forward gold will kind of be an issue, but he has two stones that will be safe and a gold in the back, which is huge. And that could all be walled in very easily.
Yep, Captain looks really safe. Looks like he's already laying a palisade, not wasting any buildings apart from his walls. Honestly, man, he might wall and go FC Knights, FC Boom. I don't know. But with a map like this, I would be tempted to.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially everything back here. He is pushing the hunt as well. So, I mean, that could indicate something if you see. On the other side, though, John, his map is not so favorable. His gold's forward, his berries is forward, his stones are forward. A lot harder to wall up, but he does have a decent wood line back here. Could just wall to the gold and the other. It's not bad, but Captain
Versus
much better.
Yeah, versus Franks who aren't inclined to come forward with towers or archers, it is passable. The front gold can possibly be relied on, even if you have to make it part of your wall or wall pretty tightly to it. But for sure, Captain Thomas won the map lottery here.
Yeah. Map hacks in. We'll see what happens here. Berries being forward on a hill is always awkward. It's going to be really hard to like wall those in. Chooses to, but John is going to be getting loom after this Vil, and I think he's going to click up to the next age. And with all the walling behind this, I don't know if the captain's going to be the same. Find
Bro,
out here.
this is a wall FC from Captain, and honestly, they will be up in time to keep the scouts out. This is a very nice start as a waller myself from Captain. He is spending 3 Vils and a lot of wood to do it, but if you can get up to the next stage more quickly and get TCs or Knights out while the opponent is still deep in feudal, I dig it.
Yep, Monkey is here, though. The Monkey could delay the wall, even kill Vil.
Yep, but fortunately, Captain's Monkey is here as well, so he can play some defense here, Monkey v Monkey.
Yeah, but he is pushing this here, and he may not notice it. Nope, looks like he saw it right away.
Oh god, no loom downhill hits. That Vil is gonna melt, man. Though, you know what? Honestly, yeah, losing a Vil for a monkey, 1000% worth it, man. The monkey's worth 2 Vils at least to me.
Yeah, and going to a mining camp already definitely means we're going to see great FC behind this. Captain has tons of res as well. He's just going to keep villager production right now, finish his walls up, and he should be fine. John is going to try to wall up the front here of his base a little bit. Has the barracks down already, almost in. Loom coming in now. Walls completed. In it.
Yep.
10.
And John Nash saw that a major walling effort was underway. Perhaps he won't assume the extent of it, but he must suspect that the opponent is not committing to feudal age. And as he waits and sees that Captain Thomas doesn't follow him immediately behind, John Nash will know exactly what's up with Captain Thomas's build.
Yeah, should be no surprise here. Maybe he's like, another couple seconds and then I'll confirm or deny, but only one scout in queue, and he's actually going to go out to the hunt over here, so maybe expecting this case. Does have a spear out as well. Ultimately, we'll need to start shifting a lot of farms. This bill's coming out. Barracks going to come up here for the captain, so he is going to at least get a barracks up, defend a little if necessary, and be able to get some more buildings age.
Yep, he's going to want the barracks soon. Either way, the option to add fears as well as maybe get your stables up in advance makes perfect sense. It'd be a little crazy to go like FC boom, no barracks.
I agree. No hole here. John was hoping. He's trying to get in between the wood house here. No such luck. Feudal Age coming in here will be 2 buildings. Stable. Waiting for a little bit before he drops the next one.
It'll be blacksmith, yeah. Stable blacksmith. This is like a very nice build, man. Pulling it off, no market. Pretty perfectly smooth, man. He hits feudal age, drops both buildings. His res is pretty tight.
Monkey is going in here. Couldn't find the villager kill. It does idle these vills though. And looks like, I think he would have lost the monkey, but on garrison the AOE2.
Yep, and that's huge, man. That monkey can scout, give a lot of info. I doubt that it's going to live to get healed up by a monk or anything. but letting the enemy scout / monkey get away, it doesn't matter. This horseman's going to cut him down.
Yep. R.I.P. Monkey.
Yep.
Farming eco, good behind this for John. He does have both eco upgrades. Not going to be too far off. Right up himself. Important he does get some walls down here, though. Knights will almost certainly be the unit of choice here. So
yeah, there's no almost about it, man. This is FC Knights. And John Nash, I mean, a few spears and a semi-competitive Castle Age. I think John Nash can probably weather this okay.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see if he can hold off this original attacks here. Getting Palisade walls down. Palisades will go down quickly. I almost think if he gets to the next age, he needs to put a monastery down right away and try to match numbers, I guess. Will be one TC play for sure for John if he wants to stay alive in this one.
Maybe. It doesn't look like he's going to be that horribly far behind. Let's see. As the Knights get queued,
we're like 3 minutes out from Castle Age for him. He's going to have to hold on. It's going to be rough getting away with this naked FC here. Building secondary walls even behind this. It is only one stable right now, though. That will limit the knight numbers.
Yeah, one stable is a little bit underwhelming. And just to correct you, I believe a naked FC means no walls. So this is definitely a very much clothed FC, if you shall.
All right, fair enough. But nonetheless, knights will still be coming across the map here. We'll still find damage. We do have some spearmen in area and some in production, so we'll see what can be done with that. But still, the back is very open for John here. Knights will have to go all the way around to get there, but if they do get in, you have to think the mobility will make it a little bit easier to snipe some villagers here. But the walls are up. He's going to go for this longer wall here, but it is closer, less walking distance. Probably the best case scenario.
Yep, the Knights will get in, but the spears are in sufficient numbers to fend them off for now, man.
Yeah, and he's going to get some of these walls down. They won't go down for now, but all of the spears seem to be by this wood line. Needs to actually get this other spear back in the mix as well. That will be protected, and the spears should be able to push these knights back for the time being.
Yep, I mean, it's just one stable Knights, man. This small mob of spears scares it away. They should probably just, like, dive the wood line just to cause some chaos, get some kills, cause some idle time. Because the primacy of these Knights is about to expire as the Magyar player here is now in Castle Age as well.
Yep, and that extra attack for free will definitely help out here. Pikemen will be the choice. And honestly, it won't be a bad idea. Going to be able to push these back. 2 vills trying to get these walls up. A lot of spearmen here. Only 3 knights, and a couple of them at about half HP or so. They will dive on this vill and maybe that one. All in all, 2 vill kills have gone down. Pikeman is in though, so walls should be completed. Second town center going to be very forward here for John on the stone, and there's actually a villager coming across the map going to drop a very forward siege workshop. However, there are 3 wolves here, one already attacking. Unless the captain takes care of these 2, it's likely this bill won't survive.
Yep, he does have the units to take care of it, so I assume he will, and oh boy, it does look like the Vill's going down. This is kind of devastating because Captain needs to get this damage in urgently as John Nash is adding these TCs right away, man.
Yeah, it is a 5-6 Vill advantage. Will be 2 TC against 3 TCs soon. Military numbers are equal. Knights with their mobility will probably be able to find some damage, but again, full walls having to break through again here. Still a hole. Ooh, a nice quick wall though. Pikeman should scare these away.
Yep,
Nice
and the
defense.
pike defense is doing the trick here, Captain Thomas. Yeah, you got a couple of Vil kills with his knights right away, but overall, John Nash has taken very little damage.
Yeah, it's actually been a great defense. A few losses, especially given the times there, but we'll see what happens here. Obviously, Eichmann is not really what you want to go long term, I feel, but Captain's going into Man at Arms, and he has supplies behind this, so this was not a mistake click here.
Yep,
I like it.
I mean, if you don't have a castle for throwing axemen, that is the logical counter to pikemen.
Will be quite the surprise as well here. Frank's
Some
going
surprise
into
supplies, yes.
Man at Arms. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Yep, and both players booming. I feel like this is going to be a long one, man.
Yeah, wouldn't be too surprising, honestly. I mean, both players went to 3 TCs relatively quickly. Frank player going into infantry upgrades is very interesting. Will be a surprise, and it could just wreck if the opponent is full pikeman here. You have one knight on the field, and he is getting upgrades, but all in all, still interesting. Both players with the monastery already as well. Monks are out on the field already and bringing in relics for John, so he's prepared for late game potentially, as he will have first relic in already, and he's got one spot behind. Ooh, a nice little conversion there. Villagers and whatnot in danger, but knights get through there somehow alive. The awkward engagement bit.
Yep, and I feel like these knights might not get out of here alive. Let's see if they can do enough damage to justify their sacrifice here.
Yeah, I mean, a few vills will go down, but the pikemen will be able to focus these. Even if they do go down, John does have the advantage as far as the count right now, so losing a few vills here, trading off the army, isn't going to put him all that behind compared to where his opponent is at right now.
Yep, this is destroying his eco-efficiency, though. I'm sure it's a huge distraction. I don't know if it's worth the sacrifice of 10 or so knights. I think it actually is, man. He's hit all corners of this eco. He's gotten a lot of kills.
Well, and
He's continuing to get kills, man.
Tech switching too, so I actually really like this. His opponent is investing in infantry right now, and the infantry that will be contesting this will actually counter this, which makes it all the more worthwhile in my opinion.
It's good counterplay, man, but swordsmen don't win the game. He needs to keep his knights up, I think, to accompany. And even so, he's against Magyars, who often bring a lot of ranged units that shred the swords. The swords might be a surprise. They might result in one nice battle, but I don't think they're a particularly good matchup in this or unit for this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, it won't be too much of a surprise. They are forward here, and John is going to find them, so he will notice that this is the case here, and the rough exchange here for John in the coming minutes will cancel that forward town center. Things are looking really even, honestly. Villager counts, even military counts aren't that different right now. Eco upgrades similar. Do have a little bit better economy for. Oh, I guess it's the same all the way around the book. Nope, farming upgrade for Frank's is free. Sorry. So he does have a better go, but only barely. Stables being dropped here. Ooh. Alright, this is gonna be fun though. How many villas are coming for this castle?
Not enough, man. This
6.
castle is insane, dude.
I think it still goes up.
It might.
Primarily pikemen.
It would be huge if it does. It basically, I guess it doesn't deny the second stone pile. It covers a lot of good stuff, and its positioning on the map is incredible. But it's just so bold, man. Without full knowledge of what the enemy's doing, I don't know how Captain Thomas has the confidence to place this.
I don't know, but I like it. Actually, I like him trying to be aggressive. Frank castles are cheap, so if you lose this, it's not really the end of the world here.
Yep.
Gonna force his opponent into dealing with this position. And honestly, he's got quite the military advantage. Another castle, a
Yeah.
castle for John, gonna come down right here. Oh, it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be close.
Yeah, this is, one of the risks you run by building it so close to the enemy. They have, their entire economy to draw upon if it helps in the denial. And it kind of looks like this is a perfectly timed one from John Nash. I don't know, this is impossible to call, but Captain Thomas's castle is going up agonizingly slowly, possibly being denied entirely.
Yeah, I think there's just not enough military here for John, and the military that is here is being led away. There's only one ville left in this castle, though. The quick walls will come in. Oh,
Yep. And, John Nash is actually pretty hugely behind in Vills at this point. I think he might have lost a ton here. Look at the Eco KD. Suddenly, Captain Thomas has claimed the lives of 30 Vills, man. I think a lot of them have died right here.
Yep.
And you know what? This castle might actually be a game-winning play from Captain Thomas, man.
Yeah, even if he doesn't get the castle up at this point, which he looks like he will, it's not the end of the world here, because just send another village. He has one coming forward. He has more than one coming forward. This will go up. Both castles will probably go up here. But the villager life cost was so high for the for John Nash, and Imperial Age clicked immediately behind this one.
Interesting. This is a pretty low pop imp, honestly. You definitely can't afford all the upgrades and stuff that you'd like to with just 70 vills. He'll be up to like 75. It's not that premature. But with the castles this close, I guess you can start the trebbing sooner.
They're both imp at like the same time, actually.
Oh, I missed that. Okay,
no,
yeah.
I thought it was just Captain, and it was not. Throwing Axeman now available to be produced as well here. This gold very forward could be denied. Secondary gold is safe here. Relic count will be 2 for John soon. Behind this, we have a very, very defensive castle within the walls here. Maybe he expects some raids to be coming this direction.
I mean, the way this game is shaping up, eventually raids will come. It's a cheaper one for Franks. Looking at his gigantic queue of throwing axemen, clearly he's inclined to use the castle for production. I won't argue with the defensive castle, given all the circumstances.
Absolutely. Weasel, thanks for your 7 months, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Away from that Twitch, baby. Nonetheless, I like the expansion from the captain over here. He's going to head out. He's getting his mining upgrades now. Another very forward castle. Low villager counts again. Captain is just being risky here. My goodness.
Yeah, and again, he's not quick walling the vills in. The first time he did it, I was thinking it was like a mistake, but the way the castle went up perfectly timed, maybe it's all calculated.
Yeah, and if it goes up, I mean, this takes villagers off of farms, off of that gold there, and it looks like John's just going to let it go up.
Yep, I mean, he's already mined out most of that gold there. He's got another one. To win this game, John needs to push back these castles eventually, but there's not an extremely urgent need to.
Yeah, but John's going to be slightly at a villager disadvantage here. Treb War will eventually be, well, rather quickly, actually, will be one out here if it is Trebs. Knight numbers are up to 9, but there are a few knights for the captain, and they are running in economy already, as well as throwing axemen, which will do quite well against those knights.
Do throwing axemen do well against knights?
Yeah, they do alright, actually. They're very deceptive. They're not the greatest. Like, I wouldn't say go against them all on their own, but if he has a few knights in front of that, fine.
Yep,
it's only
Captain
9
Thomas,
knights.
Yep, I was going to say, yeah, the poor man's assessment of this game, if you just look at the score lead, Captain Thomas appears to be in a commanding position. I guess that can be deceptive, though, as these players have such gigantic queues and big techs coming in.
Yeah, and it's very weird. It's just, I feel like the captain has been sitting on a lot of res, too, for the last few minutes, which is weird. got so much food, and he's actually going into pikemen. He doesn't think he'll have the gold income to deal with his own cavalry. Kind of strange.
I mean, pikeman is not a bad tech to have, especially when the opponent is going cavalier. But having your own strong cavalry numbers, I think, is critical here.
Yep, throwing axemen will go down. I mean, honestly, that wasn't a terrible trade for them. Did okay there. Castle down for both players. Trebuchet is still here for both, but way more in that for the captain. Captain did expand his economy here quite nicely, so does have a TC all the way out here. A knight, a converted knight, and some cavalry here on the front as well. But the Trebs are exposed now.
They're exposed, but underneath a castle with a few pikes around. They won't go down for free, but it looks like these Trebs are going down somewhat tragically. Regardless, though, Captain is maintaining this position. It looks like he's maintaining two of his Trebs. He's going to continue to eat away at John Nash's base here. And yeah, John Nash behind 15 vills now, about to lose a bunch of farms.
Magyar Hussar here will make quick work of the Trebs if it attacks it as well, which is huge. And really it just comes down to the eco now behind this, which is definitely in favor of the captain here. So is the res bank right now.
It's also the eco safety. Captain Thomas is partially walled. He's spread out. He's just got a couple units poking at him. Whereas John Nash has a castle in his face, forward production from the opponent, no walls. Captain Thomas is looking a lot better here to me, man.
And an archery range play at this point in the game with only +1 there is touching. And at home, that economy completely safe here. And he still has plenty of wood and stone and gold back here to be safe behind all this. Be pikes poking away at buildings, waiting for Treb numbers to come up, and gonna keep on pushing his opponent back. Interesting, we have this little side base here for Captain as well, who is now going to start to tech into his own cavalier, which is going to be better upgraded and have all their upgrades.
Yeah, and John Nash crucially switching into Cav Archer. He was just pure cavalry versus pure help for a while there. Something had to give. I like that he's not giving up, but as I check the eco difference here, it might be a little bit too late for a tech switch, and also Captain Thomas is marvelously switching into heavy cavalry, which are not going to be successfully dealt with by small numbers of cavalry archers.
Yeah, and the Cav Archers are so expensive to get all their upgrades. He's not going to be able to afford all of them. Parthenian Tactics is completing now. He does have Botkin, but considering the cost to create these, as well as the heavy CA upgrade, losing these Cav Archers like this, not going to help.
Indeed, yeah, I'm 100% sure Captain Thomas has this game. John Nash is holding on until he's properly GG'd. He's under 100 pop now versus a pop-capped opponent. I would expect the GG to come in momentarily, man.
Yep, and nice raids on the gold here with these few Magyar Hussar, but that will go noticed, and then there'll be some Alb sent there. This castle, really the best defense here right now as far as this base is concerned, but I mean, look at the vills on this wood line, and all of the Cavalier here just doing constant damage, killing tons of economic units here. Castle will go down. Captain Thomas going to be taking game number 1 here. I think John... Oh, yep, there it is. Not much you can do in this position here. Played it well. Was a good, solid game here. But ultimately, the captain with that crazy, ballsy castle and killing tons of vills that John can try to get that counter castle up really turned the tide of the game here.
Yeah, unconventional play from Captain Thomas throughout. You don't see a lot of wall FC knights. You never see that kind of castle. Um, and I'm happy for him, man. I know Captain Thomas, I think that he had an opponent drop or had a quick set in the quarterfinals. Yeah, I think Origin of Symmetry dropped in the low bracket. So he didn't really get to play as much Banano as he wanted to. So I'm happy to see him make a solid run at round one here.
Game 1 has ended, though, guys. We're going to load game number 2 here. Draft real quick for you guys, though. We'll give you an update on that one. And don't have the maps here. Civ draft wise, Magyar is going down to Frank's. We'll move on to John Nash's home map. Dive right into that one here. Go find that game. Will be Monkey Arena.
Sweet.
So Monkey Arena on its way here for us, guys. Captain will have the Turks and John Nash. Jabari, take us away.
So I just love this matchup for Captain Thomas. I find at my elo, which happens to also be Captain Thomas's eco, the Turks beat Teutons so comfortably. Basically, Janissary Bombard Cannon forms a death ball, which they just outright cannot touch. Teutons lacking the bracer. I mean, yeah, you don't even have to micro it that hard. If you can get up to Janissary Bombard Cannon, which isn't too hard to get to, Teutons melt. On the other side, we have Teutons, considered a very high-tier arena pick. They're resistant to monks. They have a diverse tech tree. They have Bombard Cannons. The unique tech Crenellations for +2 range on their castles is very useful. I mean, but the Civ matchup just happens to be a little wonky, man. Like, one of the things that's great about Crenellations is that against conventional civs, it means the bombard cannons can no longer range castles, which like takes away half the purpose of bombard cannons. But versus Turks with their artillery tech, giving the cannons +2 range, Turks still outrange those castles. Yeah, I did notice though. I think it was actually versus Captain Thomas that I went Turks versus Teutons. I forget who it was, but when the game was cast by us, Exorcist in chat commented that it was a Civ win, and I just wanted to like confirm with him at some point that he believes it to be a Civ win for Turks, because as we've already seen a little bit with this high elo bracket, sometimes the meta in Civ matchups play out like in complete opposite ways of what we would expect.
Yeah, I mean it's an interesting Civ win, as we're going to call it. I mean, Teutons against a lot of Civs would be considered favorites on this map as well, but Turks, not so much. Definitely interesting. Turks have become a very popular selection in this tournament, the entirety of it, every bracket, obviously with Monkey Arena here, which is really just a clone of Clown Arena.
Yeah,
we have. It's honestly kind of surprised me how many people love to play Turks on the map. To be like, I've always known they were good on Arena, but my goodness, some of the strategies we've seen on the maps in the last 3 months really blown me away.
Yeah, I think a big part of it is the simplicity of those two powerful units I just named. Janissaries, they are good right out of the castle with absolutely no blacksmith upgrades. I mean, like in game 7 of the mid elo bracket, we took it to like ultra late game, and I never got a single blacksmith upgrade for them while they were the backbone of my army.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, you can drop a castle and you're just producing incredibly powerful units right away. And similarly, the bombard cannons, you get to imp, you can just make them. You don't even need to build the university. So yeah, with those 2 units alone, just a castle and a siege workshop, you have all the tools you need to win the game. What's not to love, man?
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I think it was you that said this, but correct me if I'm wrong, but you have enjoyed that they to buff the Civ that you love so much because everyone thinks it's so terrible on Arabia.
Yeah, I mean they do the balance for Arabia since DE came out. The biggest one was giving the light cav +1 Pierce armor. They already get free Hussar upgrade, so if you're doing some sort of fast imp, you get Hussar instantly for free with +1 armor. Insanely powerful. I know they recently increased like gunpowder effectiveness in general, which they needed to do. There was like some unacknowledged bug when DE came out where gunpowder units, for some reason, were just always missing their targets. So they recently improved the accuracy or the bullet speed or something like that, which makes gunpowder units a lot more effective. And yeah, dude, you just like look at any patch, you check the tech notes or the change log, and we'll just say something like elite janissary accuracy increased or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, they're not. No one ever thinks to nerf them, but I was picking them from the start, so they're just becoming more and more OP. But I think it's actually the consensus opinion that Bohemians are the most OP arena civ.
Yeah, we touched on that earlier. I think that Bohemians will see a nerf in the future. Don't know what it's going to be, but I think the Horfnice is definitely the primary target, I think, for that one on. But another big upgrade to Turks that we didn't touch on was artillery was actually changed in
Oh
cost.
yeah, that is so huge, man. You used to basically need to choose between a second castle and artillery. I think it's like 450 gold, 500 stone was its traditional cost. And then they replaced the stone cost with wood. Like 500 wood is so much less than 500 stone. That one was actually absurd. I even as a Turks player, I disagree with that one.
Yeah, it was definitely a shock when I read that one. I was like, geez, we're gonna have bombard towers and bombard cannons everywhere. But nonetheless, I feel like they're in a pretty good place, to be honest. I think the upgrades probably push them up on people's arena list, but I'd like to play them on Arabia even, just going to the outline and having cav archers. So
A very unique civ. I mean, they're the only civ where I'll ever sometimes go for non-elite skirm in post-imp sometimes.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's advisable, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Both these players, pretty high up on the E scale. I believe John is slightly higher here. I do have him as the higher seed, but ultimately, Captain went deep in mid bracket. Wanted to participate in this one. Always hated. And up against his first opponent here. And actually, I have it correct. John is 28. Captain 37 here. Market Blacksmith for both players. Like the up times are going to be fairly similar yet again. Monkey fight in the middle. Winning that right now is John Nash.
Yep, and very notable, both players heavy on stone. It looks like we're gonna see castles from both possibly at the start of the next stage. I suppose it's possible that the Turk players going into some sort of boom, but nah. We're definitely gonna see instant castles from both. As Turks here, man, against Teutons, I would actually prefer to play it safe, build your castle at home. I think you do kind of win it in late game, no need to risk it all with a forward castle drop. Captain or but for the Teutons, I don't know if you're actually collecting stone for a castle. It's weird to go for a quick castle versus Turks. It actually doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I honestly was kind of questioning it when you said castle. I was like, well, maybe he's just going to go for like a 4 TC boom and needs that extra 100 stone. But no, he's continuing to mine it. He's even adding a villager to it, so he will be casting. Maybe he's expecting a forward castle. Maybe he's watched your play and has seen how powerful that can be.
It is also worth noting that with these clown arenas, the res tends to be forward. So if you think that a castle drop or early aggression might be coming, this is kind of your only chance all game to take stone. So it's possible John Nash is just taking this stone because he worries he'll never get stone for a castle otherwise.
Yep, Ville's headed forward here for the captain. We'll see where he ends up placing them. Barracks and another house will be coming down for him behind this as well. Monastery out for John here, and stone count is getting rather close. Bills are going to go. We'll be adding a second town center behind this at least. Get John. And let's see where this castle gets placed. Castle Age is in. Villagers on their way forward. It is going to be a very forward castle. Not as forward as I thought we might see. And this will be surprising because John will not be able to see this, I believe. His point of view? Nope.
Certainly not, man. The gate has 6 line of sight. The wall has 2 line of sight. This is actually pretty conservatively placed. He could be a little farther forward. I dig the quick walls. They're not like complete. Actually, he's kind of doing a bad job with them. Gives up on it. It was unnecessary. Oh no. Oh no. John Nash deletes his own wall. Thinks better of it.
Honestly, I think he does drop this castle here, though. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, you kind of have to be face to face with the castle to make it difficult to enter your base. Like, this will stop Janissaries from literally walking right through that door he's just opened for them. But it's still ugly, man. Like, Teutons just outright don't have a good answer to Janissary. I guess you go for mass heavy cavalry. That's like the thing. But it still doesn't feel good to go for that versus massive Janissaries.
And it looks like a Ville's going to go down here to the monkey potentially as well. Nope, it does get taken out. But the Janissaries will still be able to cause quite a bit of havoc and push the enemy base here. Pretty see what the follow-up is here. It will be just a 2D play behind this for John, so maybe he expects not going to have the time to want to here. So
and
we'll
dude,
see.
Captain is stealing my style here. He's only queued 2 Janissaries. It's like castle drop into fast imp. Maybe he'll abuse the market or whatever, but the lack of additional Janissary production very strongly suggests that, yeah, it's a castle drop into fast imp, which honestly should win here, man. Delete these Jans. Oh god. Ay, ay, ay.
Both of them get snagged up. It's a big win there for John. Having those will be helpful for him at the moment. Also important to note, John has 2 relics already. He is going to head out for the 3rd, but the 4th or 5th relic will be Pain. Captain, not too concerned about that though with map control right now. Loading everything. John selling a bunch of stone and wood, buying some food, maybe going to try to get up to that next age himself.
Also beaten Captain of the Punch. I assume Captain Thomas also would like to buy food, so the price is going to be racked.
Yeah, and he didn't realize he has a market. He thought he had one, but he didn't find it, so he's building a second market here. Quite expensive, double markets. Not ever what you want to do unless you're trading with your teammates, but
clearly a little unpracticed at it, but I like the overall strat Captain Thomas is going for here. And I guess one of the beautiful things about this Turks play as well is that the bombard cannons like counter trebs so nicely. So if this does turn into something of a treb war, Turks can often come back in it really strongly by just picking the trebs with their cannons.
Yeah, but John, knowing what he's up against, has clicked up earlier and will be up about 30-40 seconds faster. And Captain, maybe with this build, not going to be in the best of shape here. We'll still be able to get bombard cannons down and out, but time will tell.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, Captain Thomas is going to be the faster player to cannons. And in a Treb war that involves both cannons and Trebs, you got to favor the cannon player. Captain Thomas also has the option for going for +2 range. when I'm in Captain Thomas' situation here, I actually also like to get fletching and stuff. Like, the castle fire is such an important contribution to your military effort.
I mean, you say this, but you didn't get any upgrade.
No, I got castle attack upgrades.
Did
I got
you?
castle attack upgrades and the cavalry ones. I just never got the Janissary armor.
Alright, gotcha. Janissaries are moving forward here. I don't know what he's clicked out here, but he is going to end up losing one, probably both of them here. Castle Fire, which is awkward, but it will be 3 relics done at the of them within the reach of the captain. Probably thinking he's going to be the first one to the Imperial Age. I'm probably going to be a little surprised by this here.
Yep, he better get his repairs ready to go here, man, because that's going to be a huge part of this game here. As he's left with only, like, 5 forward vills now. This is going to be tight, man, but I'm a Turks fanboy. Captain Thomas is going for the comp I'd like to see here. He does need a few of his own monks or something, though. Like, such small numbers of Janissaries kind of can't do it alone. As he's switching into stables, that's okay. I mean, versus Teutons, you do hesitate always to go monks.
Yeah, it feels weird, though, because Bombard Cannon wasn't queued before the Treb. So this Treb will actually be able to do damage on this castle and force the repairs a little bit faster for Captain Thomas.
Yeah, and
I don't know if the Bombard Cannon will be able to range this if Crenellations were to come in. It is behind the castle, but obviously that is a problem for the leader.
Yeah, I don't think Bodcanero or Crenellations are coming in time to be relevant here. Without artillery, maybe from the right angle? Nope, okay, he tests the range, almost loses the cannon. It's just got to land its fire on the castle.
Yep. Hussar numbers are going to be easier to mass than Knight numbers. Knight v Hussar. +1 defense only here. Diving for the Bombard Cannons. The one on the field.
Pro repairs. Excellent repairs, man. Oh my god, what a hanger-on. He might lose the castle, though. This is his only military production building. This would be devastating.
I think he is going to
3 trebs. Yeah, that front treb is rangeable. Oh boy. Oh boy. And all of a sudden, Captain Thomas is looking to be in a much worse position. He is not taking gold for a second castle. Not just the Janissary production, but the cover provided by that castle fire was huge. Captain Thomas needs a plan B right now. And honestly, bro, it's got to be Janissaries. If I were in his situation, I would be prepared to pull back and just do what I need to eventually get to Janissary Bombard Cannon. As I said at the very start, man, that comp, when you're microing it versus Teutons, feels like a Civland.
Yeah, and even the Treb going to take out Janissaries. As 2 Janissaries go down here. Repairs coming in on the Treb. Hussar are on the field, but the captain's still housed from this, actually. So he has yet to get all of his houses up. And there he's going to build it. So he was housed for quite some time there. Castle will likely go down here, though, for John, as he's going to be very housed. And the economy behind this is still in a much better position for John. He will need to survive what is going to come here. He only has knights.
He only has knights, but Captain Thomas only has Hussar and 5 Janissaries. I guess it's a kind of even fight. These Janissaries are so crucially important here, as Captain Thomas is back on the stone, looking to reinforce those numbers. Captain Thomas has the initiative. He has the score lead. I would say that John Nash definitely doesn't feel good about his position. Captain Thomas adding a second TC. A respectable move. This is getting to the phase of the game where a successful 1 TC push kind of needs to be ruled out.
Yeah, absolutely. Cavalier is being researched. A few Hussars will come in to check out the economy, try to kill some villagers here. But overall, it's going to be difficult. Looks like we are going to see a conversion attempt on a Hussar as well. We'll send that packing. He does get it, actually. Bombard cannon numbers up to 3. Janissary numbers still not great. Camels being added. That could be a nice position. But it will be
Camels,
Cavalier
bro.
versus Camel. Oh, it's still not
Camels
the
are
greatest.
tremendous here, dude. Yeah, honestly, Bombard Cannon Camel might be the ticket. He's also about to have stone to replace his castle. As soon as that castle comes back down, I love Captain Thomas's position. But honestly, with the addition of some camels, I already love his position. He's into the base.
Will it though? There's a lot of knights about to be Cavalier here with better upgrades. The Bombard cannons are going to be exposed. There are only 5 Janissaries here. I think his army could get wiped up if he's not careful here.
Camels were a little late to the party. It does look like the Cavalier are focusing the Bombard cannons, which is actually letting the camels get a better exchange than they should. It does look like John Nash is pushing him back, man. Yeah.
I waited for that upgrade to come in. The forward siege workshop will go down. Forward villas will go down. Bombard cannons are lost. Reb will go down. Forward stables will go down. I think this position has been lost. And at home, there's a barracks, and only 51 villagers.
There is stone for a castle, though, man. And I'm just going to keep harping on it. Janissary Bombard Cannon, you can, like, fight versus this almost without taking losses, though these heavy cavalry numbers are getting to be a bit scary. But as soon as you get a good mass of Janissaries, man, the cavalry player fears to engage it.
Eco numbers are here, though, for John, so I think he's going to have the time to get everything situated for himself here. He has also moved out to the stone on the side, which I didn't notice until now. Camels are on the field. Stables not being cleaned up. A few raids could come in big here, as they will be a few camels and a hussar headed forward. Reb forward likely going to go for the gate here, trying to break in.
I mean, the score and the population and the relics are all looking good for John. But he needs to finish this off, man. I feel like you need to have possibly even a stronger lead than he has right now to go Teuton v Turks here, as Captain Thomas appears to be building into what I would consider the ideal comp for the matchup.
Yeah, we'll see. 27 military to 2. This castle might go up. No siege workshop, though, so it could only be Treb v Treb at the moment. Needs that siege workshop. Has to rebuild stables. Eco advantage is only 16 vills. But these Cavalier are in. Heavy camel upgrade on its way. Don't know if he'll survive this raid that's about to come in. Going to be tough.
He does have 3 TCs for cover. A lot of these Cavalier are weak, but this should take down quite a few vills. I don't know. I'm watching Captain Thomas's vill count, and it is barely dropping. I think only 2 have gone down so far in this raid. And he calls it.
Yep, the GG comes in, and even if it wouldn't have killed all of this off, I think it did enough damage. He pushed him back from that position. Really nice, solid play here from both. John, I think that earlier Imperial Age, abusing the market that much faster, and then the way he was able to defend his position really, really changed the tide here. Captain, so close, I feel like, to taking the Turks into that victory, but yeah, it just did not quite work out. Statistics are going to be pretty one-sided, I feel. Villager count was in John's favor for a very long time. So,
yeah, I guess I was just putting myself in Captain Thomas's shoes for a long time there and kept seeing the hope. But
I mean, favorites right?
In retrospect, the tide might have turned a long time ago.
Yeah, and we're gonna go to a Game 3 final between these two, which is always exciting. We have Berbers Celts for John, and the captain has Slavs Goths here. Feel like it's going to be an interesting matchup here.
Yep, and if I saw correctly, the Game 3 map is Black Jungle, the rarely seen variant of Black Forest.
You would be correct, and the Civ matchup is also interesting here. We will load in right now, and it will be Celts for John Nash against Captain Thomas with the Goths. So, going to be fairly heavily infantry based for this game, and we do have a snowy black jungle. Lovely.
Yeah,
And
I was gonna say the snow is beautiful, and this map gen is insane. The portion of the map occupied by trees, it's almost looking like forest nothing here, as Captain Thomas has so little area on his side of the map.
yeah, the way that the wood line's generated here, he will be a little bit of a disadvantage there, but he does have like quite the advantage as he can spread out and survive for a little while. Wall off though is coming forward, and it will be quick, swift, and not be much of an issue. Monkey could cause some issue though, but we'll see. Monkey is forward here for the captains. He's probably looking for that Vil kill nice and early. Oh, and there's a hole still on Loomed. Oh, Loom is there, but still will go down. Monkey probably won't survive for too much longer, but that was a very nice forward here from the captain. Will lose his ability to scout with that monkey, so we'll see what happens here. We'll at least see where his opponent's base and everything is. And at home, he will find a few things, but he found his, or maybe he sees this one in the north actually, but that is always going to be a odd.
Yep. Relatively tame start, having the wall and mid seem to just be confirmed immediately. One Vil loss, I don't think is going to make or break this game. I feel like the action is not going to be too fast. And yeah, man, I think we might just need to talk about this Civ matchup for like a half hour before we see any fighting.
Oh, I mean, I feel like you have to favor Celts here, right?
Celts are a traditional high tier Black Forest pick, and Goths are favored pretty much only against civs that are inclined to go archers, which Celts certainly are not.
Yeah.
So yes, I would say Celts are heavily favored, but this is Captain Thomas's home map, and I think that adds quite a bit of weight to the argument that Captain Thomas is technically the favored player here.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird matchup. Honestly, if we get into the late game, Goth could potentially take a very, very good win for constant production with fusion. Definitely possible.
I mean, I'm imagining a ball of Kel Scorpions with maybe a few onagers mixed in for good measure.
I don't think we're going to get there. I think that we're going to see very heavy castle play from Captain. I think we're going to see like maybe even battering ram and just spamming longswords. Like, I think that could be the play. Maybe even going for another forward castle here in the choke. We'll see. We'll see. Celts are a very good civ. Their siege is quite good, but see what happens. It's going to be interesting. Golds are very favorable here for John, as they are all kind of pushed away from his opponent on the map. And captains, 1 TC essentially can take both of those. It's going to be interesting. One villager for the captain is scouting, since he did lose Monkey. Not sure. Oh, he's looking for the boar. He has to be looking for his boar. Losing that monkey may have been a little bit worse off.
Yeah, I mean, he sniped a Vil, but then on the other side, he needs to waste the Vil's time walking around. I'd say it's better to lose the Vil, keep your monkey here.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. Celts, though, man, this faster wood chopping bonus, the siege, if we get to that siege, could be quite massive.
Yeah, dude, honestly, pure heavy Scorpion counters Goths. this might be a Civ win, which I said last time and I was proved wrong. I don't know. Well, let's just sit back and enjoy the Black Forest, man. I really love seeing this map, man. This gen is so beautiful. Something so random and natural about it.
Yeah, it's a weird one to say. I mean, when you put this in the pool, I was like, man, Black Forest, huh? Don't even remember the last time I played that.
Yep, it's definitely by far the least popular map in the pool, which has been a surprise and possibly a relief because I think games on this map tend to go a little bit long for a tournament where we're casting every single game.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens here. Obviously, I'm still going to favor the Civ matchup here for the Celts, but Goth and being that home map like you suggested could really be something. We'll just have to wait and see if that is in fact the case.
It's so rough, man. Just from a theoretical standpoint, a well microed ball of Celt Scorpions with a couple onagers to cover. Is there anything that Goths can do against that? Goths do have Bombard Cannon, so I guess Bombard Cannon is their only hope. I don't know, man. If I had to wager, I would say that a Celt Siege Death Ball is going to take this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the most probable thing we're going to see from Celts here. The fact that we're attacking these walls and keeping still here is interesting. Walling up behind this itself, sure that nothing happens here. Probably for the best, but Feudal Age is in slightly faster here for John, who actually has a good number of farms down already. I feel like this is build.
It's a weirdly fast feudal time. Even if he does FC it, it's going to be very difficult to go into a smooth 3TC boom. But what the hell do I know, man? Maybe with the Celt wood chopping and a couple extra boars, he can do a 23ville, click up to feudal into a smooth 3TC boom.
Yeah, and actually there's going to be a tower. The captain is very annoyed by this monkey right here.
Yeah, I mean, Goths also don't get stone walls, so this tower is kind of the only way to increase the security of this choke past what house walls alone can accomplish.
Yeah, and it is just a market right now for the captain. He has yet to put down the blacksmiths or any other. I guess this tower doesn't care.
No.
John is going to spend a little bit of time using the market, but he will be up by just selling some stone and buying some food. Blacksmith up already now for the captain, just lacking a little bit of food behind this, and will be unable to sell here as well.
Competitive builds here, about what you would expect for the start of a Black Forest game.
Yeah. Will be interesting. We do see Captain go to stone. Imagine he's definitely going to win castle, if for anything, just to secure the center of the map here. Very awkward too, this ice here. Icy terrain. I do believe you cannot build that terrain. So the castle will have to be back in the back, or have to put it very far forward, potentially blocking up this entire choke, or have to delete.
I think he'll delete houses for it, and there's also no guarantee that he's actually going for a castle. This could just be stone for booming, and I think that's actually what it is.
That would make sense. He did build a tower. John Nash going to stone as well. Yeah, he actually sold stone.
Yeah, it was a little too tight in the end, though he has the gold to buy it back. I'd imagine John's going to get his siege workshop up and start poking at the wall soon, too. I mean, eventually he's going to want to go into those units, and putting a little pressure on the walls really can mess with your head.
Yeah, and it will be at least one town center here on the gold. Really like that town center position. Siege workshop also dropped immediately, so it will be 2 PCs each behind. Potentially adding a third town center. Yes, there it will be. He did own that one as well. And the captain will drop a second town center. Still 2 on gold. May see another one for as well.
Honestly, I think they're both going to probably drop a 4th TC and such eventually. This is Black Forest, man. It's kind of a race to get pop capped, and once you're there, it's going to be spam city. 3 TCs feels actually like a light eco build for this map.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We'll see. First, the Bowsaw will be the captain, but first, the 3 Ts will John. John does only have 9 on food right now, so adding farms here to keep alive. He's also still taking sheep. Interesting. I guess he found them late. But nonetheless, on to stone yet again here for John, and the captain has yet to remove the 2 vills. So, large boom, late imp coming, I believe, with the glad we haven't seen the map that much.
Up 2 Rams garrison in there. He's going to try and do a surprise bust here. It looks like he's not planning to back it up with anything besides a mangonel, but still, it's going to take the military initiative. It's going to force Captain Thomas to fight, or at least start prepping to fight maybe sooner than he wanted to.
Yeah,
I like it, man. Yeah, he wanted the siege workshop. He wanted these units anyways. The sooner the better, man.
The captain will have to react here. He's not going to be able to leave this just go.
Yep. I mean, he is re-walled behind, but everything here is going to just disappear so quickly. Goth's not having stone walls is actually a huge problem for this map, especially with the way he appears to want to play it.
And he is going to put a siege workshop down and re-wall up this position, but I think siege workshop isn't such a bad position. I think it will ultimately just come down to the fact that this will get rammed down as well here. As actually, we're going to bypass tower. He wants to just get in with siege. It will be full siege here, it looks like, for the time being.
And Goths, man, they got no good answer to this. In Castle Age, mangonels kind of counter all siege, and I believe Captain Thomas should be able to survive Castle Age well. But I guess in Imp it's kind of the same story, except Bombard Cannon replaces Mangonel. Either way, it's so much more comfortable to be the Celts player than, Captain Thomas here, who has to be so precise just to answer this. He's not even doing damage to the opponent, kind of just answering the aggression.
Another siege workshop forward. I feel like John has a really weird position for this, though, because why drop all these town centers behind this? Is he keeping them all active at this time? Like,
you just gotta have him, man. To go 1 TC on Black Forest feels like a death wish. He'll run them as much as he can, and he'll eventually get the farms. But you definitely need 3 TCs to feel like you're not 20 vills behind on Black Forest.
Gonna be pretty close and pop. That siege workshop does go down though, and now the siege has an open avenue in. We'll trade 1 for 1. Well, actually, that took the spam out as well. But 2 siege workshops forward. I really wish he would have killed this tower, to be honest. But
he could just stop and fire a single volley at it.
The monkey
is doing some sick work here.
Mangonel got a kill as well. Get more kills here. Another siege workshop and a castle. Castle is going to be a dangerous spot. I think the Mangonel can range everything, and yeah. Another Mangonel coming forward. Castle A died, and it will in fact be defeated here. Oh, this is
just as bad, if not worse, man. Why?
I think Captain may be seeing his undoing here, as a lot of vills have already gone down. Even if that Mangonel goes down, I still think the castle could find. There's here. Ooh, a 2 for 1 though. Okay, so the captain has revived himself, and the villager actually killed the other Mangonel.
Yep, it looks like he'll get it up, man. It's been a great cost though, for real. I feel like he's lost maybe. It says he's got lost a total of 13 vills. 10 of those must have been in the effort to get up this castle.
Absolutely, and this Scorpion could get another volley, and maybe even another vill, but it looks like it would not. Alright, so the captain survives for now. Oh, and that Scorpion did kill. My goodness.
Yeah, and Captain actually with a score lead at the moment. I mean, if I'm in his shoes, I would feel horrible about everything that's gone down, but I would look at that score and actually think that I'm just fine.
Yeah, I mean, he did get the castle up. It's going to be pushed to the late game. That was a large investment there for him next age. But John behind this, I think, is looking to the imp in a matter of seconds here. And Eco behind this is a little bit more, as far as villager count, it's even now. But idling the TCs, I believe. Producing a few. So tough to call this one.
I think our initial assessment that Celts with a ball of siege is going to be tough to deal with will hold. We do see the university. That's huge, man. Get the building HP upgrades. You're going to want chemistry for sure.
You
Bombard
see
cannons are so...
where the university.
Oh, and that's John's university, actually. I was wrongfully assuming that that was Captain Thomas.
Yeah, it's a definite sneak here.
Indeed, yeah. There's no way that Captain Thomas suspects this. This is going to be devastating when this rolls in.
Well, and he should probably wait until he has a good bit of siege from this direction. And honestly, he might just wait until, I don't know. Such a weird play. I don't know how this villager made it over here. I know it was up here and it was fighting along with the siege. And just casually walked back here. So this will be a very interesting position. Also could deny some gold here. There's 2 golds, 2 to the new here. He could stonewall this up even. Rent more space on the map, although the captain doesn't have a whole lot to begin with. That could actually be quite devastating.
Maybe stonewall the res itself so that you still have passage here and you don't potentially give yourself away with that wall. But yes, denying these extra golds from Captain Thomas would be a huge play. I mean, what is that? 6 tiles? 6 tiles is like several minutes of full-on gold unit fighting, plus another stone. Oh my god, this region is actually so huge that John Nash potentially has the ability to lame here.
Yep, and we do have another siege workshop, and it's, I think, Ram Tower finally goes down. The Vills are coming forward here to chop wood, interestingly enough. Probably just for repairs later. Ooh, spotted here though. If Captain pays attention, he should see this here. Capped Ram is on its way, and yes, he's going to retreat the Vills. The Captain, though, not on stone or anything, so he's not going to be able to get anything down here. Prevent this advancing forward, and this is just a really rough position. It's going to be Rams, Capped Rams.
Yeah, the Rams alone won't do that much, though. I think that Scorpions and Onagers are going to be the things that are really hard to deal with.
Yeah, but
as
I like
Huskarls get produced, yeah, Huskarls will have a very easy time cleaning up these unsupported Rams.
Yeah, for sure. Woldrith Raiders are in production, or 2 of them were produced.
Yep, that's, I mean, it's good to have a few support units, but ultimately they are just support units. You need them, but they're going to deal such a small fraction of the damage that this siege eventually will.
Scorpions being produced now, so even the Vills will do fine against these capped Rams. But again, Vills will be taken away from village in the economy. Huskarls, pikemen coming forward here, but the Trebs are taking down this castle for the moment. And the attention is divided here. That villager will go down, though. Nice snipe there. The Huskarl over here deals with that. But a lot of idle Vills Ram. And I
kind
think
of the sneak's been kind of underwhelming, but it's definitely gotten some value still.
you agree with the Man-at-Arms tech now for John?
It's a very gold efficient unit. It's actually a pretty standard go-to against Goths. Yeah, I agree with it. I mean, Woads and Champions are the first things I think of as support units for your Siege Ball.
I just feel like he should just keep going. I guess for production value, though, teching in probably safest bet here.
Yep, I think Woads are the superior unit, cost effective wise and pop effective wise, and I mean it's just clearly so. But the production is so much better for champions, and versus Goths, you need that production.
Yep, woads are in the economy. This town center will shortly go down here. The economy was at 113, I think, peak here for the captain, so he's only lost a few vills at the moment. And we see a very forward castle going to be coming down here. And I think the captain just has so much eco, but he's not teched into the right things. He's doing Huskarls. He has a bunch of barracks on the field, but he's unable to get the production out yet. He was not build up for this attack to come in so soon.
Yep, John Nash forced the issue with actually a very fast Imperial click, much lower population than you would normally see it on other maps. And yeah, he's managed to bring this before Captain Thomas is ready to mass produce Huskarls. Versus Scorpions, Huskarls aren't great, but they're so much better than any other option. I mean, just imagine Champions or Halbs running in here. It does look like John is taking this. Captain Thomas, he needs bombard cannons, he needs incredible infantry production, and he just has neither.
Yeah, and this castle is out of desperation here. He's losing vills all over the place. Longsword's already in here for John, and Man-at-Arms out on the field with the Huskarls at the moment. Military numbers are in favor of the captain, but map positioning and gold income very rough for the captain.
Yeah, and Captain Thomas is also pop capped, which is, in this case, a tremendous problem. I don't see him getting up houses faster than he can lose them, really.
He is taking out Trebs, though. He is slowing this push. The Rams did take out the town center in the south. There are a bunch of idle vills there. But ultimately, down to 75 vills now, so Eco KD 59 to 8 at the moment. Murder holes coming in here, so
yeah, but Captain is flooding this. Captain is actually winning the fight before our eyes right now.
Yeah, for the time being, he is pushing this back. His economy will need to rebuild some numbers here. He is going to have to deal with all of this forward. John's still sitting at 106 bills, though, and again, he's still has the civ advantage in our opinion. Scorpions are out. Oh, but they're actually over here in the south where this team built interesting.
Yep, and Captain Thomas does look like he's surviving to fight this in a proper high pop post-imperial setting. Very good effort by John Nash to end this Black Forest game early, but even better defense by Captain Thomas. I guess the Goth Huskarl spam is no joke, and John Nash really was not prepared to support his siege with anything, nor did he have exceptional siege numbers. So Captain Thomas is going to get into his post-imp comp. This is his home map. He picked the civ. Maybe he knows something that we don't, man.
Yeah, it's I'm kind of surprised, but two-handed swordsman coming in now for both players. Champion a good bit away for both players. The forward position, that Ram actually going to go down to a Vil, which is unfortunate, but Vil will lose her life for that. It's a very interesting right now. Two-handed swordsman, though, will do great work against the Huskarls, which there are 16, so over half the military right now.
Yeah, and the real mechanism by which Celts are supposed to win this is with heavy Scorpions wrecking infantry. And John Nash is not continuing to mass the Scorpions. Does he really want to go toe to toe with Goth in an infantry fight with just okay? Yeah, he's re-queued him. He's up to 12 total Scorpions between the field and queue. Honestly, man, if the Scorpion ball gets big enough, that is the win condition.
Yeah, he'll never that position in the center. And honestly, the weird map here, making it very difficult for John to take. And like we mentioned earlier, the other goals are down here. Kind of danger. No Vil here. Siege Workshop still here. Bunch of idle Vils at the moment.
Yeah, and once forest cutting comes into play, those golds are kind of more neutral than they belong to Captain Thomas.
Yep, 12 Scorpions over here. Also going to be very nice. Champion upgrade is in as well. More Scorpions reduced. Military numbers now in favor, or just slightly in favor of John. But with the Scorpions behind this, number of them right now, it's going to be difficult to hold if he can protect those.
Yep. Goth Scorpions on the other side to counter. It's a smart choice. I hadn't thought of it. But Celts have the unique tech, so those were always trade cost effectively. I don't know. I think Bombard Cannons is the one thing that Goths have access to here that give them some sort of theoretical possibility of taking advantageous fights.
Yeah, and we do have fully upgraded defense for John, and we are missing the attack, which is about to come in. So he will have fully upgraded units, and Captain's going to be missing that last defensive upgrade. Goths do not have access. So this town center to the on the screen here will be going down. The big fight in the center, there's no infantry really to speak of, but there is enough to field these units, and John has military numbers plummeting quickly.
Yeah, some Huskarls made it through to the back, did really good damage to the Scorpions there, and this is like a catastrophic blow actually to John Nash's Scorpion Corps. Like, it took him a long time to build those up. He was up to 14 or something. He's down to 5 now. Captain Thomas kind of has a window here where, you know, the secret weapon of the Celts, the siege, is absent.
Yeah, it's champion v champion here, basically. But we do have some rams coming in from this side, killing these siege workshops. He only has 2 workshops, so if the captain loses this, siege will be harder to come by for him. And a very good castle here. See if he can get it up. The Goth production, he should be able to keep it up. But there are trebs right here, just will take a moment to be noticed. And the champions are fighting here, so this castle likely not to stand for long. There are champions in the back of the economy as well, spread throughout. And the captain's numbers are plummeting on both fronts. This castle will go up, but it will be at like half HP by the time it gets up. And I think this big fight in the center, those Scorpions really did the damage. No, he lost some. Champions all over the economy here.
Yeah, I think the champions throughout the economy are actually what won the game. We were given the play-by-play of the battle at the front, but Captain Thomas has lost his entire economy. Yeah, that battle was kind of just a distraction in the end for the killing blow, which was the raiding that's happening all over. Captain Thomas can never come back with this pop, of course.
GG, well played, good luck next. And yeah, the only safe eco left was a handful of Vils over here, 15 of them. That was a really nice touch. Didn't really see it myself until I saw it on the mini-map. And I'm sure the captain probably was in the same position there. GG. Captain will be eliminated here. John Nash will advance. I mean, that is pretty common at the point. John was up on the C tier there, so Civ matchups very interesting this set. Nonetheless, Celts did prevail in this one. Well played, and congrats to John. Captain, good to have you along for the ride yet again. Hope you enjoyed. We'll update the bracket here real quick. You guys don't want to be spoiled. Now's the time to look away. But we're getting down to the end here of the round of 64. John defeats the captain. I believe all the sets have now been turned in. While we were doing past, we final 2 sets that we were waiting on. Maybe I have one more set. I think that's everyone actually now. So we have all the sets. We have 3, 4 more sets to cast.
Sweet. In the meantime, we should probably send out
5.
a message informing people that if their sets haven't been cast yet, to go ahead and contact their upcoming opponent, because some of the guys who have buys in the first round must be looking at the bracket and might mistakenly think that their prior game hasn't been played.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to out to them there. But nonetheless, huge shout outs to Captain. Appreciate you for participating in this bracket. Good luck next, John. But we are going to say farewell to the Captain. Our most humble